I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm Jen, your nervous DM, and this is the fourth and final episode of our Bound Together short adventure, everybody. Yay, and also boo. Yay, but mostly yay. All right. I would like to go around and hear your name, who you're playing, and 1 to 3 words of how your character's feeling right now. We have an order. Find the order. Go in order.
Oh shoot, that's me. Okay. Hi, I am Evie Story. She, they, I am playing Riley. And my character is feeling oh no. A whole lot of oh no. Everything is big oh no's. It's all pretty bad. It's all pretty bad. Next.
I am Ashley, she, her. I am playing Ariana, aka Ari Pixel. Let's see. Words for Ari. Shaken. And betrayed.
I was waiting for that word. Yeah. I like to start us on a high note, everybody. Who's next?
It's me. Hello, I am Brithan, he, him. I'm playing Jasper Flynn, your awkward hacker, and he is feeling frazzled and guilty about the jump. Yeah. So he's definitely in a frazzled state right now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Graham, or Graham Crackers, and I had the delight of playing Riley Copperbutton.
You're so ready for Riley to die. That's your next
ready. But tonight I am playing Riley Copperbutton. Words to describe Riley right now: blood loss, maybe, or unconscious. I'm not sure.
And I'm Ty. I'll be playing Orin White Oak, and I think there's only one word that he's feeling right now, and that's just hurt.
In more ways than one. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's bring the energy up and talk about our wonderful sponsors. And I'm going to see if I can do it by memory. Die Hard Dice is the first one, and they make really cool, really awesome dice. Look, we have a model right there. And I'm going to get this correct this time that I made up, so there's not really a correct, but get them so it's harder for you to die. Yay. Okay. I'm so funny. All right. And then Hero Forge. Who doesn't love Hero Forge? Hero Forge is super fun. Make all your minis there. Hang out there and change your minis' clothes, and then download the information so your buddy who has like a 3D printer can print it up for you. Or if you have one, bless you, print it up for me. And we've got World Anvil, and World Anvil is a place to create your homebrew worlds and also to save the information that you have about your homebrew worlds. Being an incredibly chaotic GM, I could really use something like that. Give World Anvil a try. And thank you, all 3 of you sponsors, for sponsoring this Nerdsmith production. And I think we're ready to go. All right. There is darkness, like ink, or like the deepest ocean surrounding the ship. It's pressing in on you, suffocating you, but only psychologically. It looks like it should, and you feel that suffocation. You feel that you hear the creaking of the ship, again, like something in the deep ocean, and you have this sense of implosion. But actually, the ship is creaking outward, pulling outward, responding to some kind of gravitational pull on many, many sides of it. And the creaking goes on and on and on. You are lost like a diver who has gone too far and has forgotten where up and where down is. You don't know what direction would bring you closer to home or farther than home. And like a diver, your resources are finite. In the helmet, is Oren still wearing this helmet at this point?
I think at this point he might have put it back on, yeah. Because he probably had it on during fighting and just hasn't taken it off yet because it's head protection.
In a tiny, dark, watery pocket of Oren's helmet, two octopus-like creatures say in their high voices that none of us can understand, "Is this a good thing or a bad thing? We'll see. He'll probably mess it up again somehow. Do you ever think sometimes that we're a little bit too critical? Maybe, but this piece of junk, is that ever not critical?"
I don't need the laughter right now, guys. Come on.
Within the Relentless Optimist are several dozen people, some as young as their late teens and some elderly. There's crystal invading their hands, their arms, their faces. Some are unconscious, their surgeries interrupted, but anesthesia still taking effect. Several have chasms between the crystal and their flesh, regrowth having been in process but not finished. And the sound of moaning and crying echoes through the hold. In the med bay, two Raylans face each other over the body of Riley. One Raylan, a coat black with soot. The other with a coat white as innocence, a little bit too white. One pulling inward, stoic. The other with emotions like a kaleidoscope twirling on her face. But both focused in on Riley. Ray, what are you doing to help Riley?
I am making sure, because like Raylan doesn't know where all of the different things are here. I do. I know this med bay. I know where the items are. So in many ways, I am kind of acting as the scrub nurse. I am the one handing over the items because Raylan clearly has a higher skill level here than me. She's supposed to have gone to medical school after all. And so I am in very many ways being assistant and providing the things that are needed, but also because I am trained and I am skilled, there are instances where I can see that almost intuitively before Raylan even gets the chance to say, I need suction, it's there. Or stabilize this, I've got it, I'm holding it. I'm also just in, and I am so like focused in that I have forgotten everything else that's happening other than getting Riley stable in this med bay.
There are moments when her hand reaches to take something out of yours and her gaze lifts to look in your eyes and you see accusation. But in general, it's like almost a choreographed dance. Both of you able to anticipate needs and able to anticipate moves. I'd like you to roll patch up and see how well you are able to help Riley in this moment. And I'm going to give you, because, I'll give you a +1 because you have you helping you.
Can I get another +1 because we just got the best of med supplies from what's its face? The macaronis. Okay. All right. I rolled 2 6s. I rolled 2 6s on the dice.
Oh my gosh.
So then that's a +2 and then my +1 and then whatever Raylan's got.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Okay. It says that you can choose one from the list below, but I mean, honestly, you can choose 2 from the list below. Treat a single minor, major, or severe injury. Treat a malfunction or minor debility. stabilize a major debility and perform a medical or technical procedure. What I'm going to say is, what that means is you have the ability, one of the choices is to keep this from becoming a permanent organ damage.
Yes.
Right? Like it could have been something that Riley would have to be managing for the rest of his life. If you choose that one, you're able to prevent that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Graham. I don't think Riley's dying right now.
The dice say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, you know, we've got all these brand new supplies, and it just so happens we've got some tissue grafters that allow us to put scaffoldings down with some stem cells that will respond to the local signaling so that it's gonna like heal back that part of your intestines, and it's gonna also keep it sealed while the healing's happening. So like you're not gonna have any sort of sepsis problems, you're not gonna have any sort of long-term difficulties with digestions or metabolisms or anything like that. You're gonna be just fine.
For 2 pre-meds, this is genius.
Yeah.
This is truly genius. Riley, first of all, I will say you can mark it down to a major injury.
Okay.
Rather than a severe. You're in a lot of pain. You're not going to be doing athletic stuff for a while, but you're functional. And I want to know what was in your mind or those unconscious wandering dreams, and then what is it like when you come to consciousness?
Well, firstly, how much pain medication am I on?
I mean, we have enough. We got the good stuff. Like we have a full ship. We straight up stole from those people and then did nothing else with those supplies. So
Yep.
So I think Riley, almost like we have a recap.
Oh yes,
is drugged up.
Oh my goodness. Graham, you waited until right now to tell me.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Oh, amazing. Perfection.
So,
A+, do it.
So in Riley's head, you hear like one coherent thought. He's like lying in the bed, his gaze is flickering up at the ceiling and like everything's different colors. And he goes, now I bet I know what I'm asking myself. How did I get into this? And as that starts, I'm gonna need you all to do the Wumba ways. So I'll let you start.
we need to be in sync, you guys.
Oh,
what is
Jesus
happening?
Christ.
Can you,
I don't
can
think
you
it's
do that? I
possible.
don't think you can do that online.
Okay.
It's
All right.
gonna
Oh
be
my
messy.
god, that was so horrible.
This was actually a trick. No.
Well, I mean, that's what's going on in Riley's head. I don't think.
It's all discordant.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
on the planet Burrow, the cactus planet, a missing person's missing tonight. On Saburo, the cactus planet, our heroes search tonight. It's been a while since I've heard this song. But beneath the city, the formerly peaceful city, the party fights tonight. Near the city, the formerly peaceful city, the party finds another Raylan tonight. Attacked by cultists, the crystalline cultists, our party flees tonight. We're mostly injured, severely injured and running away on our spaceship tonight. But yeah, that's kind of what's going through Riley's head right now is just, how did I end up here? And then I think his gaze is kind of flickering between both Raylans. And I like to think that Riley is maybe more aware of the other people that are suffering right now, despite being drugged up. If there's one thing we know about Riley, it's self-sacrifice. But Riley, like, I think they keep trying to patch him up and he keeps, like, pushing, like, feebly pushing, like, their arms away, like, no!
If you keep this up, we're going to tie your arms down. How's that?
No!
Ray looks at Ray.
Need more!
I put an oxygen mask over his face so that he's muffled. Continue.
And Ray looks at Ray again and says, we can pause.
I glance around at all the other people and I go, I'm not sure that's true yet, actually.
Some things might be more urgent.
Not really. No, lives are on the line.
They sure are.
So let's take care of it. And I walk out of the room to go get a patient.
What's going on with Jasper right now?
Jasper is just trying to find any sort of nearby system that he can hack into to figure out where they are. He's just sending out signals. He's like, I don't even care, because he tries to be like safe, but he's like, I have to find out where we are. We have to find a station at some point. And so that's what he's doing right now. You just see him going from screen to screen to screen, just sending out these signals.
You know what? How about oh, by the way, also my like really convenient way of like looking at the various moves I did not set up. So there's going to be some paging through my book. Why don't you roll for access? Roll with interface.
Okie dokie. Oh no. 6.
Right.
That's fitting.
Strangely enough, like you don't know how to interpret it, but when you look out for signals, there are so many pings that come back that you can't interpret them. It's too much data. You don't know what the signal and what the noise is.
Jasper's usually pretty quiet, but he's like swearing up a storm right now. Like he's just freaking out, and it's not helping the situation. He tends to stay like pretty calm, and he's just like, I can't figure it out. Why can't I? I don't know what's going on. And he's just like going downhill real fast.
Does anybody hear this? Or is Jasper alone with his distress?
I think that Jasper still has red, but I think everyone else is in the med bay. I'm not sure where Ari is though, but so I think for the most part he is by himself. And he's gonna like pull out red. He's like, why won't you like, I need you to help me figure this out. And he's just like overloading like red with commands, and it's just a chaos, a stream of chaos.
Like red starts to unfold and then comes back and then starts to unfold because there's so many commands going on from you, and you hear your voice echoing from inside the ship. And despite the fact that there are more people on this ship than this ship has probably ever held, you feel very alone.
Yeah.
What's Orin up to?
I think Orin, after the jump, he's just a little bit overloaded with everything that's happened. So I think he's definitely got his arm in it. He's just made like a makeshift sling, and so he's wandering around like, and he's gonna go and he's just gonna start working on the life support system, so that way they can boost them and not run out of air and everything. And he's just gonna be quietly, going through it and trying to be very analytic about everything, and he's just basically turning off the emotional side of his brain, and he's just going, he's like, Riley's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be fine, Jasper will find out where we are, we just need air, everybody needs air to breathe, little breathing room. And he's just going through it, and he's trying to basically get a nice little boost out of the systems that his injury is kind of just sitting over it, and just quietly. And then he realizes the two in his helmet. He's like, and if you guys know where we're at, please just tell me. If you know anybody in this sector, you guys would tell me, right? Probably. And he's just gonna keep trying to boost that system as he quietly mumbles to himself, trying to let his emotions go, but they're clearly just pent up and not going anywhere.
And making it worse, Ray, the one with soot all over her coat from rescuing you, walks in.
I'm working on it.
You need medical attention?
Eventually.
You're gonna make it worse if you don't get it right now.
Yeah, but I was the one who got mad and ran into everything. Those are people who were just in a bad spot. I can wait.
I could use my medical attention over here. Medical attention.
Yes, you
please.
got all the medical attention you need because you are still on that painkiller. You just lay back and you'll be fine.
Is my arm still there?
Yes, you're gonna be totally fine.
Okay.
Orin, triage says you're next. Let's go.
I'll trade you.
You
I
want me
promise.
to take over the machinery?
No, I'll do what you want me to do. If you trade me and tell me, promise me eventually, you'll tell me who you are.
I said as long as you survive, you will find that out. So let's get this patched up so that you can survive.
Damn, I could have gotten something else. All right.
Yeah, and Ray sort of like, she does the thing of like how she normally would want to be like making sure you're okay, but like it's all like that hover hesitation, doesn't actually make contact, like, okay, let's just go. There's so much awkwardness.
He doesn't, just completely the same, just almost completely withdrawn, just
No. Take you back to the med bay where Raylan is also sitting. Or
Gives a
probably
look.
doing it. Yeah.
Gives a look to you. Walks out of the med bay.
Oh, what? You don't want to accuse me of something else horrible before you go?
On her way out the door.
Ray just kind of like watches that happen and her eyes get a little bigger, like, well, that wasn't what I expected. I expected to get kicked out. Okay. All right.
You're making the mistake of thinking she gives a crap about me. You are thinking wrong.
Take a seat.
All
We're
right.
gonna get you patched up. And I guess I'm gonna roll patch up on Orion.
Roll patch up.
I already used my 2 6s, so I apologize for whatever happens.
It's okay. I'm ready for the double ones.
Oh no, I got a 6 and a 3 plus 1 is 10.
There you go. All right. So treat a single minor, major, or severe injury, treat a malfunction or minor debility, stabilize a major debility, perform a medical or technical procedure.
You've just got the injury, right? So I will downgrade that.
All right.
What do you do? Like, what helps to downgrade it?
I think that so we're saying that this is like energy burn from like an energy weapon that has like little crystal shards in it, right? And so it's a process of like pulling out all the little crystal shards and trying to make sure don't leave any of them behind. And I think that I pull out the big ones and then I get a gel to spread over the top of it that's gonna like grab onto and adhere to the crystal so that when I pull the gel, it's gonna like kind of like it's pulling your hair is gonna be the sensation. It's just gonna pull all the rest of the little
Reman, he says as you pull it out.
And then there's a salve that goes over it to help make sure everything coagulates quickly because that's a lot of tiny little holes. We don't want anything getting, there's antibiotics so that nothing gets infected. And then there's just like, you know, the gauze wrapping. And Ray is efficient and gentle as always, but does not say anything and is very, very much so trying not to look directly at Orin as she like finishes putting him together and says, all right, you'll be able to use that arm, but you need to not overextend it because if you do too much, then you might push blood through the barrier and then it'll be needing to be rewrapped.
All right.
I guess you can go back to what you were doing. I have another lineup of patients.
I think maybe you could. I did what you wanted. I survived.
You gotta not end up with sepsis in that arm that kills you with gangrene and I push you out the door.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, he goes to brace himself, realizes one arm can't do it, crafts on the other. Just, you gotta be kidding, right? Nothing.
there
Gonna
are
leave
a
me in
lot more
suspense.
things going on here right now with people in actual danger. We are not going anywhere. This can wait.
You realize when it comes to complicated things, I work on keep this thing moving, so
You should probably
I could
continue
probably.
doing that.
All right.
What is Ari doing while this is going on?
Real quick before we switch.
Yeah.
So Ray has like pushed Orin out, closed the door, takes a second, is in the med bay alone because Raylan has also stepped out, takes a quick glance around, runs over to a terminal, and immediately starts trying to contact Mom, and I don't think can find a signal, can't get anything, and just starts
What you
going.
find is too many signals.
I can't get a connection though. Nothing's working. Nothing's giving me. I can't send anything back. What is? Oh my god, I'm in so much trouble.
What is Ari doing?
Ari is pretty much aimlessly walking around the ship. She hears all of these noises, everything going on, but like it's just background noise. And I think a moment hits her again where she realizes the 2 Ray situation, and she's overwhelmed with this hurt, and then decides to do something petty and goes to where our like general living quarters are and finds a bunch of Ray's favorite things to eat and takes them, hides them, or gives them away to some people around the ship, like, hey, are you hungry? Like, this is... No, we don't need it. It's fine. Have it.
Have some olives.
All the olives are gone.
All the olives. After you're done, like at the very last time that you kind of go back to get some of this food, you notice, sort of half hiding under your pillow, a letter and what looks like the stem of a flower. And Evie, I'm going to let you describe this.
So your name peeks out on the letter. And so as you pick it up, the flower is sort of tucked into the letter a little bit and falls out. And it's a bluebell. And when you pick up the letter and you kind of flip it over, you see that there's writing on it. And it says, Ari, I'm sorry. When you find this note, I'll be gone. I don't know how it'll end up, but I'm sorry for what comes out. I know you've been distressed by it, but if I let myself feel my feelings, then I'd never be able to let you go. And you weren't wrong about the olives. I'm so sorry.
Ari's initial reaction, there's gonna be tears forming in her eyes and the lip quivering, but then crumples up the note and tosses it. And she looks at the flower and she just takes that too and just slowly like looks at it, but then just crushes it in her hand. And she leaves her room and then I think she would go to Riley's room And she would sit on his bed. And then she would put some of the food and some candy bars like on top of his pillow, waiting for him to come back. And probably just want to stay there because that's the one place that she thinks nobody's gonna be, because Riley is otherwise indisposed.
Can I describe Riley's room?
Yes, please.
So Riley has so Riley's bed probably was the biggest purchase of his life next to buying the company. Is just like the coziest blankets, the coziest pillows, the coziest mattress. The rest of the room is like a single monitor that has not been updated and like is fritzing and just says update now. Last update 382 cycles ago. And it's like shining bright blue. He has hanging lights, and then there is a small desk, and on that desk there are 4 pictures. One of Riley as a kid with his parents. They are both dressed up in like miners' outfits. The next one is a college Riley with a individual standing next to him, and they are holding hands, and in the picture their face is ripped off. So it is just Riley's face shown. In the next 2, one is a picture of the day Riley acquired the company, which is like him shaking and like looking all proud of himself. And the last one is all of us at college graduation.
Ari, sorry, go on. Go on.
No, that's fine.
No,
As you're sitting on the bed, you notice under the pillow peeking out some paper and the stem of a flower.
So there's a little note, and it says Riley on it, and tucked into the envelope
Yeah. Ari, do
is
you read it?
a morning glory. Well, I'm just explaining what because she can see the flower.
I see.
There's a morning glory and Riley's name.
yeah, I'm gonna read it.
Okay. So Riley's little letter for Riley says, Riley, I'm sorry. When you find this note, I'll be gone. I don't know how it'll end up, but I'm sorry for what comes out. I know you have fun on your business ventures, but I won't be able to block the consequences anymore. Like, pesticides can hurt people too, but fresh food can be sold as a luxury.
Ari is just gonna be like, these 2 are so fucking weird. And then I'm gonna put the note back with the flower. And then I'm just gonna look around Riley's room. I'm gonna see some of these pictures. I'm gonna see the pictures that are ripped out and be like, interesting choice. And then I'm gonna see the picture of us at college. And I'm gonna flip it down. And then I'm gonna go back and sit on the bed and be like, fuck, this is comfortable. I need to get one of these. And I'm gonna start searching for like a label or something. I'm gonna lift it and be like, my God, this is really nice. And then after I'm done looking at that, I'm gonna just like push my back up against sitting on the bed and be like on a wall and I'm just gonna pull my legs up together, and after about 2 seconds, I start to cry.
Jasper, how long do the curses echo through the room? And what does Jasper do next?
Ooh, oh, this is a long-winded stream of curses. I feel like he's like, you see him kind of jolt for a moment. He's like, this is your fault. You need to fix it. Get it together. Right? You know, when you're like in the middle of a panic and you're like, no, wait, I can do this. And he's going to try to just zero in. He's going to try finding any patterns in the signals. He's like, okay, what can I do? I can do something here.
Right. I don't think we'll say that that's access. Right. See, I told you. I will fix this when we get back. When we get back from break.
Maybe assessment?
Assessment, yeah. I didn't think about as much. Assessment.
Okie dokie. What am I rolling with? Interface?
Roll. Yeah. I think interface makes sense.
Ugh. Okay, that's better. 9.
All right. So it says, I'll reveal interesting, potentially useful information about the subject. You realize, as you're looking at the data, like, why would there be so many pings here? Why? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Where in the galaxies would that come from? And then you remember hearing from somebody at, a fueling station that you stopped at, about a place called the Trash Parade. And the Trash Parade is where companies, and sometimes individuals, send their obsolete ships and other mechanical things to contain them in case they want to come back to get them, to protect them from scavengers, hypothetically, and also just to get rid of them without people suggesting that they're littering. And a trash parade involves a small transmitter and receiver, maybe about the size of a small one-person shuttle, that is creating a gravitational pull. And all of the items that whatever company or individual has sent to this area are slowly orbiting that gravitational pull, which is why it's called a trash parade. And there are hundreds of them around you. And that is why you're getting so many signals.
Would Jasper know anything about because does this seem to be like a rather big one, because there's probably multiple.
There are hundreds.
Yeah.
I think you can tell which ones are closest to you.
And then for these trash parades, is it a bunch of different companies, a bunch of different individuals, or just one company kind of have their own sort of this is where our company sends?
Yeah. Each trash parade is one individual company, although the biggest companies have many trash parades. Good question. And each individual. So this isn't public storage. This is you buy a gravitational well. If that is the correct term for this, and if it's not, it is in my universe. You grab that, you get that, and you send it out and set it up with all of your stuff and make sure that it has space for the orbit. And there it is.
So then his next move would probably be looking into which company this is, because if he can figure out which company this is, perhaps he can find a way to access that company to kind of figure out like where this heap is, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'll let you roll. I'll let you roll access.
Okay. Ugh. 7 on the dice, 9.
All right. So the way that access works here is that your breach is detected when you access the thing.
Mhm.
And you don't know whether or not that's the case because you don't know if these things have the ability to detect a breach and then broadcast that a breach has happened. They're very, very simple in that respect. But I think what you get in trying to do that is the understanding that you are not going to be able to get distant access to most of the information. Most of this is mechanically stored. There is very, very little data going in and out. It's a little bit like getting like a radar blip underwater.
Right. Right. So there's no real way for me to figure out who's this. Is there any sort of like logo on any of the trash items?
You're way too far away to know.
Oh, okay.
Way
okay,
too far away to know. Really, the only way to get that information is to manually go and get it out of the gravity well.
Oh, I really wish my friends were here. And that's something he wouldn't say very lightly. And he's gonna look at Red in his hand, and he's gonna say, "You think you can fly the ship for a little bit?"
And actually, you notice as you look in your hand that Red has actually unfolded when you said, "I wish my friends were here," and kind of cocked its head and says, "Yes, easily. Do what you need, friend."
And he's gonna smile, and he's gonna put his rival down, and he's going to I think the first person he would probably go to is Orin. He's like they kind of together run the ship, you know, and they have their little butting head moments, but there's no one.
Every co-parenting situation is kind of like that. No.
But they have a long history, and so I think he's going to go to Orin. He's going to go find Orin.
You see, he's working on same thing he was, life support systems. Jasper, shouldn't you be flying the ship? Wait a minute. You left your chair. Wait a minute. You okay?
And he's going to look at you, and he's like, "I don't know where we are."
Oh. Well, what do you know?
We're basically next to a trash parade, so it's blocking any way of me getting out or any information out. There's just so many pings.
Okay, well, there's some old-fashioned things we can do. There's still star charts around here somewhere. I'm sure we can check eventually, but for now, does it look like anybody chased us?
It's impossible for me to tell. It was a wild jump.
Yeah, it was.
But there's hundreds of pings going out. If there's somebody out there watching us, they're hidden.
Well, you know what? That just gives us some time to figure out what's going on inside of our ships. So, might not be the worst thing to be nowhere, because that means it's hard to get out of nowhere for everybody. I have a feeling. I think there's something I need to go check. But for you to get up, why don't you go walk around and see everybody? I know without your cameras, it's probably going to be the best thing for you. They're all here. They patched Riley up. He's sleeping comfortable. Sang a song about what his day was. And
Riley would sing a song while he's on medication.
yeah, apparently that's the consequences of the good stuff. So see him. Once you can see him, your heart can stop racing. I know it's part of it.
Oh, I really hope his chip didn't get blasted, and then he's gonna like walk out with that.
And I also am gonna go see somebody, and he's just gonna go straight down to the med bay and basically half kick the door in.
Is Raylan still in there?
No. I think you get Ray. I think you get the other Ray, and me Ray has like left.
Yeah. Ray has been reorganizing the med bay, undoing whatever organizing was done in her absence.
You see where the black coat went?
No, I haven't been watching.
Fair. And he'll just go turn around and he's just going to start searching the ship room by room. He's going to go straight towards the escape pod that he knows doesn't work, but hopefully he thinks Black Coat Ray might not know.
Where does he eventually find you?
Well, I think that if he goes to his escape pod first, he might encounter something else.
That's right. Go ahead and
So,
describe.
on the seat of the escape pod, because it's the place that Orin spends so much time, there's a little letter with Orin's name on it, and tucked into the little envelope is a sweet pea flower.
Oh, bet your ass you're telling me in person. He's going to pick it up, tuck it in a pocket, and keep looking.
I think eventually you find her in like the back cubby corner of the kitchen where like the old kitchen space still sort of exists, because putting the new kitchen space in wasn't a full perfect fit, and so there's like some awkward little spots, and she's just sort of sitting there with like a cup of hot tea, just sort of sipping the tea quietly.
It's just as soon as he comes in and sees, he's like, well, two things you need to know. Jasper has no idea where we're at, so there's nowhere you're going to be going. And two, I need to know how long it's been you.
I couldn't connect any signals, so I figured something went wrong.
Already trying to jump out, I see, as he pulls the letter out. You can do more than this, can't you?
It wasn't my choice. I was being recalled.
Recalled? By who?
Well, technically my mother.
Who is your mother, dare I ask?
My mother is Beatrice Berkshire.
Does that name mean anything to me? Oh, of course. And, why? Well, who are you, Miss Berkshire, I assume?
Nadira.
Nadira. And why are you wearing Ray's face, Nadira?
It was the project. It was what I was sent to do so that we could find out if it would work.
If what would work?
You know, I don't like repeating myself. Do you want to go get all the others who want to hear this?
No. This one's for me.
No. It affects all of them.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
My mother runs an experimental department in the repo company, trying to see if there's a way that we can identify individuals who are at high risk of going into debt collection ahead of time so that they can be monitored and accessed faster than sending out some mercenary contact after the fact.
Okay. Well, that seems straightforward. Is that still
With the
what you want to
mergery
do?
between Warner and Sony, Repo actually was able to make a deal to gain access to Sony Idol's face reconstruction process to be able to institute individuals in the circles of said individuals. This is a
Okay.
trial run.
All right. So you said that's what your mother wants. What do you want?
Not repeat myself. And I sip my tea.
That's what you want? Is that what you still want?
I don't want to have to tell everybody all of this all over again.
All right.
I don't know what I want. If that's what you're asking, what I want with my life. No.
All right then.
No, things have gotten complicated.
Yeah, they have. Well, just so I know one thing about you, what is your favorite food?
Where I'm from, there's this bubble nut that basically purifies water. And it is kind of a weird sensation to eat water, but it's really damn good.
All right. If I go get everybody, you still gonna be here when I get back?
I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I'd like to check.
Yeah.
And he'll just go start getting as many, if anybody's willing to come, and just like, hey, Not Ray's gonna tell a little bit more about him if you're interested. And he's gonna just say that exact same thing to everybody.
Does anybody not come?
I think I'll come, but I'd love to have a scene with Jasper before that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let me ask one more question, then we'll go to that. Oren, do you get Ray from the med bay?
No, I don't think he does. It's about the
Jasper and
current
Riley.
crew.
Yeah. Jasper and Riley.
So Jasper, after talking to Orin, is Riley still in the med bay? Probably. Or at least
Riley had wandered off, right?
Oh.
Had wandered off.
I think that Riley, because the med bay is not large, it has like one table in the middle at a time. So Riley would have had to have been put on sort of like a makeshift gurney of boxes in the cargo bay.
On top of my pesticides, just like, bury me with my cargo.
So like, very possibly could also get up and wander away. I don't have control over that, but you know, that's what would have had to have happened. Is he would have had to have been put on the outside of the like area.
When you go to get up, it shifts, and you just hear a bunch of Lego boxes all together because of all.
Oh, that's right! Don't you have Millennium Falcon in here too?
Let's see. I think 11 left.
I have this image of Riley like not only lying on his pesticide, but like cuddling one of the boxes of Millennium Falcon under his arm like a teddy bear.
Sitting on a throne of all the boxes, just.
Oh my gosh. So Jasper's like checking cameras, he's like, I don't want to walk around. So he's like going through his like sensors, and then he finds Riley and he walks in, and you see him kind of like do a quick scan. He's like, it's good to see that you're still going to, it's good to see you're going to survive.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they tell me, but you know, I wish they had told me that getting shot hurts. Like shit.
It was an impressive display of idiotic heroisy, but I don't think I've ever been so scared in my life. Seeing you go down in my sensors.
Well, Well, if I hadn't, Raylan would have died.
You're right. And that's even scarier. And he's gonna kind of sit down on one of the boxes.
I'm gonna put like a very slow arm around Jasper. Just be like, hey, I'm gonna make it, I'm fine. The important thing is that you're okay.
Yeah. Do you know how terrifying it is to be covered in your friend's blood? It's almost as scary as not knowing where we are.
Well, you know the benefit of not knowing where you are?
What is that?
Well, from nowhere you can go anywhere.
What do you remain so optimistic?
Hey, we all float through life aimlessly. Nowhere is just a name for a state of limbo before you move somewhere to your next place. Just because you didn't want to be somewhere doesn't mean that it's not where you're supposed to be. You are the smartest person I know. But you can be really dumb sometimes. I'm suffering from blood loss. And a lot of pain meds, but that's besides the point. The point is, sometimes we can't control where we go, and that's okay. What you can do is cherish what you have while you have it.
You're right.
And am I really the one you want to check up on right now?
I'm so used to seeing all of you on my computer scanners. I can see how you're faring physically, but I don't know how everyone is mentally, and I just need to see everyone. You're included in that. You're important too.
I know. But you're also important.
And Jasper's going to stand up and he's going to say, I'm going to go see Ari, and then I'm going to get us out of here.
I know you will. Go get him, champ.
And he's going to gingerly pat your shoulder to not jiggle you around, and then he's gonna walk out.
Does Jasper find Ari before Orin finds Jasper? Or not?
I think that Jasper would very quickly be going through the cameras to see where Ari is and seeing her in Graham's room, so distraught. He doesn't get social cues. He would definitely go straight there. So I'm not sure how quickly Orin is moving, but Jasper would be moving pretty quickly.
Ashley does. You can roll for it. Let me check with Ashley though. Do you have a preference as to whether Jasper finds you first or Orin?
No.
Okay, let's roll. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's Orin. 1, 2, 3. It's Ari.
Rolled a 1.
All right, you get to Ari first.
Jasper's going to slowly open the door and say, "Hey, Ari, can I come in?"
And Ari's gonna be like, "What?" I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Just wiping her eyes and just be like, "Fuck, did you get any of that shit outside in your eyes? Because it is really like driving me insane. It's like got my nose runny and everything, and it's just, oh my god, nobody else, just me? Okay."
You might be allergic to flowers.
And then as soon as you say that, like, lips quivering again, like, yeah, maybe that's exactly what it is.
He's going to walk over and he's going to sit next to you. Do you want to talk about it?
I don't even know what there is to talk about right now. I don't really know. I don't really know what I feel right now. And then Ari just takes a deep breath, regains her composure, and then just looks at Jasper and then gets a little smirk and just kind of like shoves her arm into him and be like, "Mr. Brave over there, though, I saw you. Saw you running for Riley. You can't do anything dumb like that until you give me all the access codes to everything."
I don't know if I would call it bravery. I was so scared. All of you were so cool, just doing what you needed to do, and I just wanted you all safe.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. If you tell anybody, I'll deny it. But I'm scared all the time. And it's not brave if you're not scared. And you were super brave.
I don't think we could have gotten out without you.
Nah, you guys don't need me. I'm just the person that gets you things.
He's gonna take his hand, he's gonna bonk you in the middle of the head.
Can I try to grab it and stop it really quick?
It's really awkward and it's really slow, so it wouldn't be very hard for you to do it. But he's just kind of like, I saw this in a show once. I don't know what it's for.
I'm like, well, we're gonna need to practice on your moves, but we'll get you there. It's you know, you made the first step, brave, you know? So we can help with your
And I'm gonna
chops.
say if that's the chop and the hand holding is when Oren sticks his head in the room.
Okay.
Yes.
No, Jasper. No attacking anybody.
Attack. This is cute. That's an attack, yeah. That's an
All
attack.
right. Well, I know you're all probably as curious as I am. So pin down Not Ray in the kitchen. I know I'm interested in finding out a little more, and if they said they'd tell us all at the same time because they didn't want to repeat themselves.
Oh yeah, do you trust him? Can we trust either of whatever this is?
Maybe.
I was wondering why I needed to put a new chip in her.
New chip. Anyway, you know, I want to hear him out. Nobody has to, though. I understand if you don't. and I'm gonna go help Riley limp his way there if he wants. So I'll be right.
What are you all doing in my room?
Did you have the nicest fucking bed, dude?
We
Where
needed
did
the
you
smell
get
of you.
this?
And I'll say for time's sake that we fast forward to the kitchen, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Riley, got him. Yeah.
So everybody does
All
go in the
right.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ari.
Oh, Ari has like done a furious walk to the kitchen and then gets there and just like pushes herself up against the wall. Just got her arms crossed, but she's giving you like the kind of fuck you mentality type situation right now.
All right.
Riley's
See.
living it up. He's like injured puppy mode. He's like, baby me, baby boy, baby me. I'm injured. Wounded wing.
That's his head. All right. The crew of the Relentless Optimist will hear your piece now.
I already told you stuff. What do you want now?
Well, and he goes through and he kind of explains about Nadir and all the things. It's like, but at the end of that, Nadir here said that they don't know what they want to do now. So maybe we've had a proper bad influence on them. But
Makes another drink.
he goes over to a counter, reaches down and pulls a bottle of whiskey, and then he just holds it out over the drink.
You think I don't already have that in here?
Oh, I don't think there's enough. There's still another color but whiskey in there.
Okay, slides the cup towards you.
Pours it, slides it back, starts getting out glasses for everybody. It's just handing everybody a whiskey.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I guess the
Ari
main
takes
thing
the
I wanted to
bottle
hear-
after you've poured the glass to everybody and just holds the bottle to herself.
What does Riley do?
He quickly grabs a straw and slaps it into the bottle.
Does the name Nadira mean anything to me? I guess would be my first
Berkshire, maybe.
Berkshire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
You think so? Okay. You know what? I think we could roll assessment for that.
Sure.
Maybe with influence.
First roll of the night.
Yeah, with influence.
Maybe.
I will say that Jasper hearing any names is probably like on his computer being like, who the heck is this? And I don't know if that can help Riley or not.
Well,
We're going to pause on that for a second.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to you in a second, Jasper. Riley, what do you do?
so that's a 7 + 2 for influence.
Okay. So 9. Interesting, potentially useful information about the subject. You know what, though? I'm going to ask Evie, what does Riley find?
Ooh, something that could be an interesting piece of, so you're from a mining world, and what you find interesting is that, I forgot the name I gave my mom. What did I call her?
Oh,
Beatrice.
Was it
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Beatrice. Beatrice Berkshire is a name. Well, the Berkshire name is a name of a smallish, nothing particularly super high end, but like one of the names of one of the import companies on the world Aperture. And the interesting thing on that world is that they used to do high tech until an AI became a problem, and then there was a massive war, and now they only do low tech.
Okay. I don't think Riley will say anything at the moment, but there's definitely a look of like the Riley look of I know something you don't like. The look that you've been getting every time I move the tape in the cargo bay this entire time is just that little smug.
I believe the word is smug.
Yeah. And I think Riley looks at the drink, then like looks at his injury. And like sets the glass on the table in front of him and will kind of, I think, trace his finger around the outline of the glass, just like idly. And he goes, so Nadira, is it?
Yes.
how long have you been with us? Has it been since graduation, since we got the ship?
Since graduation.
That's a long time.
It's been a while.
And Orin, you said something about not knowing what they wanted to do next. Isn't that like the Beetlejuice motto?
Oh,
You know.
it's
It might as well be. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, shit, what's next?
That hurt.
No laughing up blood.
I'll try
No.
my best.
if you laugh up blood, something is torn and we're going to need to surgery on you again. So
Please don't, please don't. I've seen the state of that medical bay. There's more needed patients.
Riley, would you shut the hell up and take any medication and medical needs that you need?
I am fine.
Ah! Not as fine as you could be.
Nadira looks at you as you say the thing that she was basically saying to you.
Jasper, while this conversation is going on, you said you're trying to look up the Berkshires. What are you using to look it up? Is there a panel in the ship? Do you have like a handheld?
He has his glasses that lets him like analyze people
Right.
he's around, and then he
Right.
has his watch that he kind of, it like shoots up little computer, and he's kind of just doing that.
Okay.
Um,
All right. As soon as you try to access outside information, like the
Mm.
moment that you push it, a couple of things happen at once. One is that you notice that you have a limited signal of some sort. And the second is that you get ding, 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 about like 100, 200 notifications. And these notifications are something that you set up a while ago so that you could see if somebody was talking about who you were as an influencer. What was your influencer name?
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo. Found Michelangelo. Someone knows where Michelangelo is? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. We need to figure it out. What are the clues? Get the detectives on it. And there's like a bunch of like true crime people, like again, trying to find you and talking about you. And you realize two things. One is that some kind of info was leaked. And the other is, how the fuck am I getting a signal?
So he goes in and he sees all of this, and you just see his eyes go really wide. And Jasper doesn't drink because drinking and technology is bad. You just see him take the glass and just like downs it in one go. He's just like, oh God. And he's like, wait, I have signal? And he's like freaking out in the middle of this whole situation. So you just see him like going through, and he's trying to get through all of these pings, increasingly getting more desperate.
I slide him my glass. Just,
The moment he says, wait, I have signal, I pull out like a little tablet and I start trying to like access it.
I just put my hand over the tablet. Why don't we finish the talk first?
But there'll be time still, I'm sure.
Give me something to work with.
I know something you can work with.
Oh.
Have you talked to Raylin yet?
Raylan flipped me off and walked out of the room the instant I entered it, so...
Ari, back me up. When someone flips you off, they want you to chase after them, right?
Not generally in my experience, but
You are just a relentless optimist, aren't you?
No, the
I did not
flip-off is
take a
usually
bullet for you
now.
to not have a conversation.
I'm gonna whisper to Riley, do we want him to follow? Do we want to say yes? Say yes, follow?
No, baby boy has to fly.
Jasper, ding, 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 ding. And you notice that there is a repeating message from the same account that is just laughter.
Oh, he's gonna get mad. He's gonna see if he can hack into that account.
All right, roll with interface.
Sorry, I just thought something silly.
We have comms inside the ship, right? So, like, you could just push the comm to talk to the med bay.
I rolled.
Ask Raylan to come up here.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 10 on the dice, so 12.
Okay. You're able to track down, like to backtrack that account. And at first it's really confusing because it feels like, wait, what? The call's coming from inside the house, the account's inside the ship, what? And you realize it's not quite inside the ship, that something is following in your wake, has ridden your wake through your jump, and they're giving you Wi-Fi on purpose.
Do you say this out loud?
Hey, I love you, Nadira, and your whole plight is like really cool and all that sort of thing, and the story is really interesting. We're being followed and taunted.
Wait, taunted? By what?
That doesn't sound right. What?
How are they taunting us?
Is it that paperclip again?
It took me a second.
Lippy jokes. Jesus.
In the whole wake of, we're not who we say we are. I was a streamer. We don't have to go too much into that. You guys know I worked for the Streamin' Legion for a little bit. And if you repeat this to anybody, and he's kind of like looking at all the messages, they will probably believe you. There's a ship following us who somehow leaked information, and they're giving me Wi-Fi access in order to see all of my protections going down. And they are repeatedly sending out laughing messages.
Oh, god damn it. And he's gonna pick up his helmet.
So is like that like a podcast that has fans?
Hold on.
They're you know how podcasts are.
The Streamin' Legion is child labor basically exploited by Warney.
We were, if you did well, you were paid well. Both in money and in training. You've asked me how I became so good at hacking. That's how I learned. I had a lot of followers, but I always tried to stay private. The streamer is very different than me, the person. And I like knowing what other people are into, not having people know what I'm into.
And that is when something through the comm system of the ship goes, Michelangelo, come on. I just want your voice and then I'll let you go. Just give me that. Just give me that. It's fine. I found you. It's great. I just want your voice and a little bit of your brain, and then it's fine. And then I won't destroy your ship. And that's where we'll go to break.
Oh no. Wonderful.
Yay.
I need an adult. I'm scared.
Hello, welcome back. That was adorable. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to us too. All right, so we are all gathered in the kitchen and have heard all except for original Ray, and have heard over communications someone suggesting that all he wants is your voice and a little bit of your brain, and then he won't destroy your ship. And I will say two things run through most people's minds. You could decide if your character would know this or not, but Jasper sure would. One is there's a kind of ship called a wave rider. And the wave rider is able to hook onto the signal of a ship going through a jump and essentially utilize that energy to get itself to move as well. So it can sort of energetically attach to your ship and follow it. That happens a lot for when people want to just travel long distances for cheap and they know where people are jumping. In this particular case, it seems to have been targeted. Jasper, you would for sure know that there is an infamous collector called Hamish Delorio who hunts down streamers and in some way, shape, or form takes their voice and whatever their streaming personality was and has his own little station where he utilizes that to spoof them. And you appear to be the next target.
Do the comms go down or it doesn't matter? Jasper's going to try
The comms are still up. There's just a lot of you. The comms are still up, but there keeps being laughter every once in a while. This guy is giggling to himself and just so amused.
Jasper is going to try to temporarily shut down the comms. I think is what he's going to do.
All right. I'm going to say roll face adversity.
Okie dokie.
And how shaken up is Jasper?
He's mad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I won't say he's clumsy. He probably would be the opposite. He'd probably be very focused.
Yeah, he's really angry about this.
And you can roll with interface, or you can roll with influence. Is this the force of your personality, the force of your skill?
He's gonna go with interface. He's locked in.
Can Red try to help?
Sure. You sure can. What are you gonna do to try to help?
Whatever Jasper is trying to do, stop the communications or whatever to assist, extra boost, if possible.
Red's small enough they could get inside and manually unplug things too.
Does Ari direct Red to get in and try to affect the comm systems?
Yes.
Well, okay. You don't have to do it that way. Roll get involved. I'd say roll with expertise.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's not gonna work. That is a 2.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna say that makes the system a little bit harder to deal with. What did Jasper roll?
Jasper didn't roll that well either. He rolled a 7.
Okay. And you just keep good try. And you feel a jolt as the ship is hit by something.
Jasper checks.
Nope.
Ooh,
Take care
kind of like
this. I get up and I walk away.
Wait, what? Where are you going?
Actually, can I have your suit?
My suit?
Journey Core.
You're,
I'm gonna take
you're
you
not
on a
going
journey.
alone?
You can't come with me. You're on drugs. Give me your suit.
You're right, I better come with you.
You're also on slightly less drugs, but
Ari's
you're
not on
injured as too.
drugs?
The ship crashes again.
No
your
time
suit.
to argue.
I'm gonna go.
I will give Ari my suit. Because I know they won't run away with it. And Ari uses knives and, probably needs the armor.
Where
I've
does
never
everybody
seen
go?
her fight.
Mm.
I have seen Ari pull out knives.
You saw me with a sword, you jerk. Okay.
You're right.
Where does everybody go?
I'm going to the hatch. I guess I'm gonna put on a normal spacesuit.
So you go to the hatch.
I'm
Where's
following Nadira.
okay?
I
Before
love
you
it.
guys
You're
go-
like, that person.
Before you guys go, I will toss the macaroni pistol.
Is it formed into a pistol, or is it just like
It's
a
still
macaroni
macaroni
right now?
bracelet.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, in case it's stealthy, you should probably use a stealth pistol.
Wait, you guys, I can just give him my voice.
No.
Yeah, he said a
Your
piece of
brain.
your brain. That ain't
No.
happening.
Stay
No.
put. And I leave.
Yes, but I don't want you guys in danger. As everyone like
Yeah, it
runs
happens
out.
though.
Danger's our middle name.
Just
Where
fix
does
the
Jasper
ship.
go? Where does Jasper go? And where does Orin go?
Go ahead, Jasper.
Jasper's gonna be like, these idiots are gonna do whatever they're gonna do. So he's gonna he's gonna leave the kitchen. He's gonna go to the helm, and just start like trying to kind of like in tandem, because I figure Orn is like doing like a lot of the shields and stuff, but like on the like tech side, he's probably like, okay, making sure that everything is at power, making sure that Orin has all the information, where are we getting hit, that sort of thing, so that he's keeping in consistent communication.
All right. And what is Orin doing?
So Orin first is he puts on his helmet and he's just, as he's running to get to the weapon stations, because we do have energy cannons, he's basically be like, hey little guys, if we got some friends on his ship that could maybe make things harder for him, now would be a great time for that. And then he's gonna head to the energy cannons, and he's like, all right, Jasper, I'm gonna try to, he's basically gonna be jumping back and forth between, you know, it'll just be pang, 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 pang as he runs over to the engines, tries to get them to a boost so we can get a tight turning radius enough to we can get a shot, and then ding, 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 ding as he runs across the middle back to the energy cannons. So he's just going to be trying to do a little bit of everything at once to get it.
Okay.
And then,
All
you know,
right.
until we take damage enough that he has to repair something.
Okay. So Nadira and Ari are going out. Orin and Jasper are running around, like sort of trying to both like be offense and defense. And I'm sorry, what did Riley do? I apologize.
Ooh. Well, I'd like to retroactively say, I will give the jacket to Nadira just kind of say, I expect you to bring this back.
Of course.
Go get him, Tiger. And then I am going to probably help Orin. I think that knowing Orin is keeping the ship running and we are getting hit, whenever Orin needs support, I'm going to hobble my way to do that to reduce how much he needs to walk.
Just gonna sit you in front of the energy cannons and be like, push this button when I tell you to, but not before. They take a long time to charge, so we can't miss. Yeah, you played
just
a
like
million
Call of
video
Duty.
games. You can do this. Just like Call of Duty. Kind of.
Part of me wants to have you roll get involved, but part of me is like, between the two of you, you're capable because you're both so
Yeah,
injured.
we're both injured.
That
We make
feels
one
fair.
person.
That feels fair. Yeah. Okay. All right. So first thing that happens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to describe the situation, and then we're all going to make rolls to see how things turn out. And the way I'm going to remind like anyone watching, the way combat works in this system, because we're in ship combat, the way combat works in the system is not that you do multiple rolls for every turn, but you do a roll for kind of a chunk of the combat. So depending on how the rolls go, it might keep going. And depending on how the rolls go, it might stop. First thing that happens, Nadira, Ari, you're the first ones to see this. You get to the hatch and your head starts to go out. The first thing you see is that you are in the middle of a floating cloud of junk. You see, it's very strange. Like your first thought is, oh yeah, a trash parade, okay. But it's not regular ships. It's a carousel that goes by, and a giant teacup, and a clump of desiccated, overcooked, stale churros being trailed by cinnamon and sugar like a comet. You see a hunk of intersecting plastic that has a lot of like circles sticking out in pairs. You see the turret of a castle, and you realize these are awfully close, and what you felt is probably some of that hitting your ship. You also see behind the ship a wave runner that is beginning to dodge and weave away from the junk.
Nadira pauses to like take in the, oh, it's weird ass space debris. That's not what I expected. Okay. But then sees the wave runner and goes, all right, we're still doing this. Pulls out her little dagger and goes, cha-chink, 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 and it grows and it goes and it expands and it turns into a big ass knife. And Ari seeing this for the first time. I don't know if she's impressed, but it was a little bit to impress Ari. And then is going to run down the side of the ship towards the wave runner.
The wave runner.
And is going to try and do the jump to get onto the wave runner. That is a hard word.
I know. I'm sorry. Ariana, what do you do while she's doing this?
Well, I'm gonna see the dagger and just as it's expanding, and in her head she's gonna be like, that's pretty fucking sweet, but is not gonna show any emotion, and then out loud is gonna be like, could have been bigger. And then seeing as Nadira is rushing off, I'm like right behind her because I'm gonna be on her, watching her every move.
Got it. Nadira, what's your goal?
I want to get onto the wave runner, and my sword is piercing and energy. So I want to just kind of get it in and keep use it to stop my momentum because it'll probably hit something important. And then I'm stopped it on the ship, and now the ship is susceptible to me.
All right. Is there a particular part of the ship that you're aiming for?
I would like to hit, if I have any experience with wave runners, which I might not, I would like to hit probably a part of the ship where I know there's a lot of some of the wires or some of the critical maybe life support systems or something. I want to try and get that puncture in, and then as I'm reducing my momentum by the getting it gets a little cut before I am stopped, I would like that cut as much as possible to sever electricals, maybe cut down on some life support, create something catastrophic within the ship to create a distraction that he's going to have to deal with.
Got it. Okay, Ari, why don't you roll get involved? And I'd say with metal, because this is about courage, calm, and precision.
Metal, let me see. That is 8.
An 8. Okay. You are able to increase by 1, whatever the result is, by 1 step. So Nadira, go ahead. I think you also should be rolling with metal specifically because I don't want you to have to roll just to know where these systems are. I think you would know that. I think the precision, the ability to get it where you need to get it is what you're really rolling for.
Yep. Okay. All right. So that's an 8 on the dice, 8 with 2 metal, 9, 10.
Yeah.
And then extra success from Ari.
Super good success. Okay. You get that knife in and you there's not, again, there's no oxygen to make fire happen when this happens, right? But you can feel through the knife that you've gotten into an electrical system, and you can feel how strong that electrical system is, and you know you've done something. Right. We will resolve that after everybody else rolls. Yeah. Okay. Riley and Oren, what are you trying to do, and which one of you is getting involved, and which one of you is rolling the main thing?
So Oren, you know the ship in and out. I'm following your direction on this.
Okay. All right, so I guess I'll primary roll, you'll get involved.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
All right, and I think I need to know what you're trying to do before I know what you're getting involved with.
Let's see. I think the first thing we need to do is it's behind us. So the first thing it's going to do is try to do a quick boost turnaround. And this will be kind of corresponding with Jasper at Helm, but I'm basically going to vent fuel out the side in the front and then the side and the back to give us a quick spin around. But it requires me very precisely basically running and opening valves at the same time, so it'll be like one and so to create the perfect spin, so it has to run and then gonna go hit. Okay, rally, one.
And what
two,
is your
three.
ultimate goal? What's your ultimate goal in doing this?
To spin the ship around so we're facing them, because then and only then can we use our weapons.
I see. Okay. All right. Riley, what are you doing to help? Are you like physically supporting Orin? Are you pressing things?
Yeah, I'm physically supporting him. He said that there are numerous buttons that he needs to press, so I am sitting in front of the button that he told me to press when he says press it, and I am pressing the button.
Okay, so you're a button presser, not a like hold him up person.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'd like you to roll get involved with metal.
Well, I got it. He's venting waste while I'm on the other side venting fuel or oxygen or something. So I have to manually be like, and then I'll have to run back.
Well, with metal, that is a 2. 2 1s.
Okay. All right, you kind of are off timing, and it sort of makes it worse.
1, 2, 3.
I
No,
am
on
so
3,
sorry.
not after 3.
I thought you said 1, 2, 3, go.
That's 4.
That's 3. Let's go.
I said on 3.
Okay, 3. Okay.
What am I rolling?
All right, and I don't think that you actually downgrade the success level from failing a get involved roll. Unfortunately, I say as GM, but so it has no effect. All right, so Orin, I would say I'll roll face adversity, and you can either roll with metal because you're staying calm and being like agile, or you can roll with expertise because you know what to do so well that you don't have to think about it.
I think I'm gonna go with expertise because this is his ship. Okay, it's a 5, 7, 2 is a 9.
9. Okay. So remember how I said I was gonna like get the things so that I could be much more quick with this, and how I forgot to do that over the break? All right. You can face adversity. So in 9, you're able to turn the ship around, right? But in the process, Nadira and Ari, like this is a wave rider. Like it is responding to the energy that's going on in the back of the ship. Now that it's been disrupted, you're going to both have clumsy. Okay.
Hard.
Jasper, what are you doing?
He is. Would Ari and Nadira say anything to him about like or would he actually, now that he's in the helm, he can probably see like the debris, right?
Yep.
So he's like,
you see it like a box that has like kind of opened a little bit over the years with like some creepy little dolls floating out of it.
That's not ominous. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna try to like kind of like steer a little bit around this, and then we spin, and I'm like, oh no, wait.
All right. So that to me is also face adversity with metal, to be able to not be hit by any of these things.
Ooh, okay. Actually, metal's not his worst. Ooh, okay. 7. No. Yes. 7, 5, and 2 with a 0.
Okay. All right. You're able to do that, but when you do that, it like it exposes an important part of the ship to the guns of the other one. And Nadira, Ari, by the way, this is the most souped up fucking little ship that you've ever seen. Like a big energy cannon on the top of it and lasers in the front. Like this guy means business. So I want you to roll brace for impact. So you're rolling with the armor of the ship. Does anyone remember the armor of the ship?
8?
It's definitely not 8. It's definitely not 8.
Then it's not 8. We've crossed one number out.
Probably one. It's probably one.
All I know is that it's a class 2 medium-sized struggle bus.
We're gonna
So if
say it's
class
one.
2, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna say it's one. No, the classes don't increase the amount of armor.
Yeah.
It should be on our document. We put all the stats on our document, didn't we?
I
No?
think
Look at the
everything except the
document.
ship.
And the
Everything except the ship.
next time you roll, if you find it on the document, I'll give you the stat. But for now, it's one. What did you roll, Jasper?
Didn't roll, let me roll. Hurrah. An 8 plus 1, 9.
Okay. You feel. Let me see. Actually, so this is what's going to go on all at the same time. Give me one sec. Okay. You're able to do what you want. You're able to get around the debris. But I'm going to choose one or more. You suffer harm during the exchange. The exchange causes undesirable collateral damage. The battle shifts, changing threats or adding new ones, and the targets actually suffer a lesser fate. You have a choice. Either the ship takes harm, and the ship will take 2 harm to get to major damage, or something's going to happen to Nadira and Ari.
Ooh, you're making me choose.
You don't get a vote. You don't get a vote. Jasper decides.
Oh no. I know what they want. They want the injury so bad. Everyone in this party is so masochistic.
I know, right? You all love your characters so much, and yet you are so willing to have your characters just choke at any moment.
But Jasper would probably think in that moment, he's like, we have a bunch of innocents on this ship. And so, yeah. So it would unfortunately he would probably try to keep the ship safe first.
Okay. All right. So you're able to maneuver, and it goes to shoot, but like the pushback from shooting you, like the movement of the ship from shooting you, Nadira, Ari, like, it feels too D&D to have you roll a die for it. Which one of you is thrown off the ship?
I mean, I have my
I'll do it.
sword stuck in, so yeah.
It's probably Ari. It's probably Ari. Okay, so I'm going to flash us back to our first episode. And that sense of, why are the stars moving like this? But for you, it's, why is all of this weird shit now moving around me? This is so strange. Why am I a gravity well? I don't understand. And you realize after a second that you are disoriented and spinning into space. What's the next thing you do? We're going to have 3 times, I think. This is 1, 2, and 3. Where are you trying to get the ship, by the way, Jasper?
Jasper's mostly just try to not take damage from the what's going on around, and trying to help with communication with Orin. He's like, we need to face the ship. So he's kind of trying to dodge while also, I guess, facing the cannons towards the Wave Rider.
All right. So you're focused on offense and not getting a specific place. Makes sense.
Yep.
All right. Nadira, Ari, what are your moves right now? What are you doing?
Well, I need clarification from Graham. Which one of us
The
did you
jump
give the jump
jets
jets?
are on the jacket. They are all part of the jacket.
Okay.
So the armor, the shielding, and the jump jets.
Okay.
So
And who
Nadira
did you
would have
decide
that.
to? You gave it to Nadira.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that Nadira, seeing Ari go, is going to retract her sword into the little thing, goes into her hip, and then she jumps out to catch Ari, and she's going to try and time it to catch Ari's arm and a leg, so that we're like doing a little like spinny thing in space, a little spinny star thing. And then I'm
like
gonna
people who are like jumping out of a plane and
yeah. And then I'm gonna be like, hold on to me, and then I will try to activate these jump jets to reorient us back.
Nice. Okay. Ari, what are you doing?
I am going to just grab onto Nadira and just say, I really hope this, whatever you're doing, is gonna work, because I refuse to die in the trash of the happiest place of wherever this was from.
Like a little facade of like an ancient building that would have been seen as being on like a hokey main street just goes twirling by you as you think that. And I'm going to have Nadira get involved this time, and Ari, you're going to roll face adversity. And Nadira, I think this is again with metal. This is about precision.
I'm so good at face adversity. Okay.
That's just a straight
9,
roll,
10,
right?
11. I rolled an 11, so
Okay.
I boost you.
Yep, you boost Ari's result up 1. Ari?
I rolled a 8.
All right, so you boost it to a full success. So the two of you are together, right? And I would say in addition to that, like you're together and you're still within visual range of the ship. All right, Riley, Oren, what's your next move?
Oren, we're shit at this. I love you, buddy, but we're shit at this. Do you know anything about Wave Riders? Do they have like an extra, not extroverted, but the exterior life support? Could we launch pesticides into their life support?
That'd be much harder than just pushing that button that'll fire our lasers at them. Also, Jasper, put the goddamn shields up!
I'm trying. He's in our systems.
You got this. Just
Okay,
give it an extra.
but does it
You did
have
actually notice. You did actually notice that when Nadira put her sword in, that cackling sort of went as the connection
What?
died.
I'll go to the cargo bay. We're gonna have to whip around again if we want to launch these at them. But
No, we use the gravity. The gravity spins. All we have to do is pass by, and it will spin in a circle and slam into them.
how do I open the hole without ejecting the people, though? We're kind of full to capacity.
We'll fire the lasers.
Okay.
Nobody's in the hole, but right now, like people are really like they're puking, like moving all around. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we'll fire the lasers.
Okay, all right. And who is helping who and how?
Do you want me to fire this time?
Yeah, all you.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and roll launch assault. And I believe that is with metal.
All right, so that's a +0. That's a 6 and a 3 for a 9.
And then
Right.
a 9 for get involved.
All right, so it's a full success. So which weapon did you fire?
I think we're firing the energy beam. The
Yeah, we
energy.
only
And do you
have
have the
energy
description of what the energy cannons do?
Kind of. It says energy cannons have a narrow arc of fire, usually pointed forward. They are considerable stopping power, capable of damaging shields and breaching the hull of the other ship. The shots are easily
Yes.
dodged by small craft. Is our problem.
Okay. All right. But you succeeded. So describe to me what you do to this craft.
Yeah. So Riley in the laser cannon, kind of looking at the trajectory. Riley spent a lot of years playing Call of Duty in college, like a lot of years, and this looks an awful lot like a vehicle that you can pilot in a game. And I think he kind of looks and he's like, "All right, it's just like the snipers in Hello," and fires the laser, and the laser kind of just arcs through and cuts through, like exploding through the merry-go-round and the little castle, and just shatters them and then smashes with the debris into the other ship.
Nice, nice. So there's like multiple damage, like kind of all over the ship. How does that impact the ship's functioning?
Let's see. I'd love to disable maybe their shields.
I think so. I think you managed to like a big, like the handle of a giant teacup just comes and smashes into like the part of the ship that holds up the shields. All right, Jasper, what are you doing?
he sees Ari and Nadira floating, and he sees that Riley and Orin are doing a good job with the cannons. He's probably trying to figure out, how do we get them back onto the ship? Because if there could be collateral damage, like they're just floating in this fire. What Jasper is kind of like, okay, what can I do in this moment other than just trying to give Orin and Riley the best shots possible. Actually, is this right after they shot it? He'd probably try to reconnect the communications array with the Wave Rider.
Got it.
That's
okay. What are you trying to do with that?
You said his name was Hamish Delorio?
Hamish. Mm-hmm.
So he wants to try to connect to see. He's like, Hamish, you've taken damage to your ship. Leave. It doesn't have to.
What are you going to give me to leave? What are you going to give me to leave? What are you going to give me?
Your life?
Come on. You don't think I have a way of getting out of here?
I heard you gasp when that sword went into your ship. You know that you're in danger. Is your life really worth my voice?
I'd like you to roll with influence.
Okay.
I think this is our first command roll, like in the game.
8. 7, 8. Yep.
Okay. They follow your orders to the best of their ability, but their disposition or effectiveness has been significantly impacted in some way. So I'm going to cheese this up. Got to give it some cheese. I'm going to leave this time, but I'm not forgetting you. I'll be on your tail, Mickey Angelo. I'm going to follow you to the ends of the galaxy. And the ship slowly starts to turn and fly away. And you actually notice, like, there is a warp-capable engine, like, sort of spliced onto the bottom of the ship. And with incredible skill, because it's warping through this debris field and could hit something, it boom, disappears, having jumped somewhere. The last thing you hear is, I got your number. And if I have anything to say about it, so will everybody else.
He's gonna, he doesn't have any way of communicating him again, but he's like, Riley, Orin, get Ari and Nadira back on the ship.
Already got it.
We're like spinning in space now because I was aiming for that ship and that ship left. And I'm like, well.
Orin, you still.
And it's really weird because you're like,
I do,
you're like,
yes.
you're floating through space and you're like, the ship left, but you do see a spaceship for a second. And then you realize, like, this is like an ancient idea of what a spaceship is supposed to look like. That's just floating around in the debris fields. And yes, harpoon gun in strange parallel to what the hell happened. In our
The first thing we had, now we're getting people back. We've gone
Circle. Full circle.
The story was all about the harpoon gun.
Yes! It was the harpoon gun all along.
It was all along.
Chekhov's harpoon gun.
The moral of the story is always about harpoon gun.
Yeah.
All right. So, Orin, you've got the harpoon gun?
Yes.
What are
I'm going
Riley and
to-
Jasper doing?
I'm assisting because this dude's got a injured shoulder. Like, you think he's gonna hold this up? No,
yeah.
I'm gonna
So
be
you're
his
like-
other
you're kinda-
arm. I'm gonna hold it steady for him.
So on some level, actually, you're both shooting this harpoon gun together. This is an effort that both of you are taking together. I'm going to have who wants to roll get involved and who wants to roll face adversity.
I think
Oh, I have to
Nadira
shoot.
kind of like in the spinning sees the harpoon gun poking out of the ship and turns to Ari and goes, I'm sorry that we're about to be shish kebabbed. That's not what I wanted from this.
So
All
I'm
I'm
going to
hoping
use.
is that when it reaches us, It hits you.
That's fair.
So,
All right, here, come this way so that you're out of the line of. And I'm gonna like try and like reorient you.
Is
The
there
hell are they
any
doing?
debris, like big debris near them that we can aim for to create like a tether?
hold on. I'm gonna use upgrade, and so he's gonna take the end of it, and he's just gonna whip his tools out. He's gonna cut the end of it off really quick with a plasma cutter, cut it in two, and then unwind the string so much so it'll act like a bolo when it hits and swing around the both of you. Remember this next time I float away. Ready?
All right, Riley will get involved, and then Orin, you can roll face adversity.
11.
What do you want me to use for this?
Nice. I think face adversity with metal. I know I'm doing a lot of that, but y'all are doing a lot of like precise move-oriented stuff. So
It's true.
Okay, so that would be an 8 minus 1 to a 7, but an upgrade from my buddy.
from Riley. So I think that it goes out and like bowl arrows like around Nadira's foot, and you're able
I
to
wanted it to
drag.
bolo around both of us so that like we're like this, and I've gotten it, and then we get like pushed into a hug.
Oh, you
You're
get to
like,
hug.
yeah, you're like shoved into like a totally fake hug.
Just the slow, uncomfortable hug for like 4 minutes.
ow. Yeah, because it takes us so long to really get both of us. Just ow,
The two of you people are like,
ow.
It's
But while-
uncomfortable, but it's also nostalgic.
Yeah,
You
while
remember
we're
this feeling.
while we're in this hugging position, at first, like, there's tension for Ari, but then it just becomes like this, like, instinctual, just pulls in Nadira and just is keeping her close, like, not letting go, making sure that we're both gonna get into the ship.
All right. You're pulled into the ship. The four of you are together in a room, and Jasper, you're in your normal place, in your comfort zone. And I think you hear Red go, "Aw."
You shut the hell up, Red!
All right. Yeah. Jasper, now that you are able to relax a little bit, you notice something on the console. Evie.
So there's a letter that's sitting there on your console, and it's titled Jasper. And there's a little piece of a hydrangea hydrangea, whatever the hell, flowers poking out of it, and it just says Jasper on the front. Do you read it?
He's gonna look at it. How did she get this here without me knowing? She's so mysterious. So many. And he's gonna read it.
All right. So it says, Jasper, I'm sorry. When you find this note, I'll be gone. I don't know how it'll end up, but I'm sorry for what comes out. I don't know why you didn't tell anyone, but I appreciate it. I guess you probably also figured out that this was keeping you off the bad list. Keep a close eye on that now. And the tracker will be fine. I'll try to get it sent back to you.
Drama queen. And he's gonna smile, and he's gonna say, "She'll never find the second one."
Ah. All right. So you're in the middle of this debris-iest place on Earth in the galaxy. There is a gravity well in the middle, which is giving one of the few signals. What do you do? Jasper, I think you're the one who can decide where the ship goes. The four of you are hanging out, breathing hard after saving one another. Jasper, what do you do?
I think when he's had a moment to get to calm himself down, he's like, Hamish was able to get out. There has to be something that I can hook onto. There has to be something I can have to hook onto. Riley said it didn't matter where we were. Oh no, I'm not going to start quoting Riley. He says he's like saying to himself, he's going to like, I'm going to get us out of here. And he's going to try to use some sort of energy to get out. Some like either the energy from the core. He might even pull energy from like these semi malfunctioning pieces. He's like, no one's using it, to kind of like jump them out.
So your fear of making another mistake mastered, you make another wild jump. And now I look for what you go with when you make a wild jump, because I can't remember. Oh, you just roll. That's right.
That's
you don't
right.
roll with
I
anything.
just roll.
You just roll.
He's gonna say,
All right, everybody. This is going to determine what happens for the rest of today.
I'm not gonna let my friends down again, he says as he rolls wild dice. Ooh, 9. I rolled a 6 and a 3.
All right. All of you together, the 4 of you, feel again that sense of like your breath being pulled out of your chest. Just one second.
We warned? Are we warned, or are we like half out of our suits
Nope.
and all of a sudden, okay.
Nope. You feel that. You feel like the floor is going to come out from under your feet. You feel your feet in your head and your head on your shoes and everything warping at the same time. And all right, do you have a specific place that you're trying to go? It's just let's go.
It is very much of a let's go. Like in his heart,
Yeah.
he's like home, you know, but really it's just like into a space that he knows.
Into the unknown, into an uncharted world.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. Hey, I said the thing. All right, everybody.
Credits.
Before you find out where you are, we're going to do cramped quarters. The jump stops. You're still not really sure where you're going, but there is a signal ahead, fairly far in the distance. Let's all do one more cramped quarters before we're done. Who wants to start?
We got a list for this.
The list isn't fair because that means I have to go first every time.
You can go backwards.
fair.
You can go backwards.
Yeah, that means I have to go first, so let's not use the list.
Ah.
Rollies! Let's see who's the
No,
lowest
you're the one. You're the one who said the list had to be used.
All
You
right,
go
that's
first.
fair, that's fair. All right, so...
And if we have time, we'll do a little bit more than just the one. But let's start with
Okay.
cramped quarters and see where we go.
I think it has to be Nadira for this one. So he's gonna walk in, envelope still sealed, and then he holds up the sweet pea flower with it, and he's like, 2 different colors kind of sends. What do they mean?
They're sweet peas.
Right, but you gave everybody something different, which means you chose them on purpose.
You guys talked to each other? Oh my god.
Yeah, you know us, we're the real quiet and shy types.
Well, why didn't Ari explain it to you then?
Because I haven't shown anybody mine yet.
Well, then how do you know?
Well, they showed me theirs, and well, Ari actually read Riley's before he got a chance, but it's okay.
Okay, well, the sweet pea is a code for stitches.
Right, and I require a lot of those, but why pink and why blue? Can't be easy to get 2 of the different colors on the same plant.
That's the breed we have.
You're so good at lying, and how could I have ever fallen for? How are you that good at lying and this bad at once we know you're lying?
Because you know now.
That's right. So, just tell me. You left it for me. You don't want me to stare at it and not know, don't you?
I mean, it just means possibility, and like you hold everybody together, and it's, you know, options.
Excellent. So let's read this note together.
Oh no. Oh no. She starts trying to find an exit. Trapped in the room, like, oh god, let me out. Okay, so Orin, as you flip over the card and you read it in front of me, it says, Orin, I'm sorry. When you find this note, I'll be gone.
Oh no.
I don't.
He says
I don't.
right after.
I don't know how it'll end up, but I'm sorry for what comes out. More than just the ship, you've cobbled together these people to make a home. Learn to believe in yourself like I've come to. You mean more than you know. I tried to keep you, and there's a scratch out, safe, but it wasn't always so simple.
All right. So simple. What is simple, though? That's worth having anyway. He keeps it. All right. Oh, wait, hold on. He's gonna go back and he's just gonna scribble out the first sentence. When you find this, I'll be gone. That's better.
Yeah, I didn't expect this to go this way. Extractions are normally not so problematic.
Nowhere. How many extractions have you had?
Only a couple.
You know, you have taken real good care of us, even if you're just pre-med or whatever training you do have.
Yeah.
I mean, taking real good care of me. You've made sure that crystallization was never a problem. You even started to get along with Riley, despite clearly trying not to, but he just gets everybody in the end.
Raylan doesn't like Riley.
I know. Trust me, I know. It was a thing.
It was difficult to be Raylan.
Well, don't have to be anymore if you don't want.
I suppose that's true, but you should go talk to her because she has figured out how to extract that stuff that you've got on you.
Absolutely. There's a lot
I also need to talk to her because she's not supposed to be here.
Well, also, does she know you have her face on?
If she signed in the contract for it, whether or not she had a lawyer read it to be able to figure out that that's what that said is not my knowledge.
Damn, I wish we had somebody who could read contracts really well. Well, just for now, can you promise me you won't leave without saying it to my face? The whole goodbye thing.
I don't want to leave.
That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, we're all running from something. Jasper is...
No. You guys are running from various little debt creditors and such. I cannot run from my mom.
No, you haven't tried running from your mom. Also, if it makes you feel any better, I'm pretty sure Warney's trying to find me because of that little podcast I do. You ever heard of the Gray Space podcast?
I like that podcast, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones that comes in real clear.
Yeah, it's because it's broadcast from here, so there's more.
Oh, that's you.
That's me.
That's funny.
I use this voice that I learned just by me impersonating
Oh
Riley.
my god, that's creepy.
Right? Isn't it creepy? It's just me just impersonating Riley, and sometimes I'll even take some of the cheesy things he says and work them around a little bit, but it's a good source.
That's why they seem familiar every now and then.
Yeah, that's why, if you're paying real close attention, it's a running commentary on what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
Besides, you told your mom you don't want to go back. What do you think she'd say?
That's not an option. I don't get to have choices.
You just fought in space with a giant sword against a ship that was hurling churros at us. I think
Sure, I
you can
was
talk to your
trained
mother.
for that. No.
Fine, we'll train you for that while we're figuring
Fine.
things out. Just say it to my face if you're going to say goodbye. If you can't say it to my face, you can't leave.
I didn't know if I would get a chance to say it to anybody's face because extraction sometimes is just very fast.
I'm not talking about the past.
Okay. I
All
will make my best effort.
No, that's not what I said. Promise me one thing after all of everything.
I can't make a promise if they come and they snatch me.
Then if they come and snatch you, you'll have to figure out another way to say goodbye.
Okay.
To my face.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Shake on it.
No. Oh, fine. I'm so trapped.
Nah, you're only as trapped as you've ever wanted to be. I will be back. And he goes, let's go talk to other people.
Who's next? In reverse order of the list.
Riley's the next on the list, right?
No, it's you. Is it me? No. Okay. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. I'm gonna go hang out with my friend Ari. So I think I go to Ari's room with a box of chocolates that they left for me, and kind of knock. I knock on the door, but I say knock knock before I knock on the door.
Oh my god, just come in.
You're supposed to say who's there.
I already know it's you. I don't have time for this shit. Come in.
I mean, but do you have time for chocolates? Is the real question.
And also, why would you ask me that question? Of course I have time for chocolates.
That's what I want to hear.
You should have led with that.
I thought about it, but then I thought you would take the chocolates.
Stop talking. Bring the chocolates.
I will open the chocolates and share half of them, and I'll sit right next to you. So how you feel? How you feeling?
Well, not dead. So
that's a
there's
perk.
that. Sure. I'm feeling. I don't. Oh, can I have one of the chocolates first? Like,
Yeah, of course.
And which is there like a list of what's what?
Yeah. So that one's.
Can I pause as GM? I'm going to pause as a GM for just a sec. I'm not having us roll. Is everybody comfortable with that? I want at the end for everybody to be able to choose where your character's in. Okay. Sorry. Please continue. Yeah.
Is there like a list of what's what? Because I hate like the coconut. Have you had coconut? It's the worst.
Typically I don't eat things that aren't in pill form or paste form. I did try a salad recently. That was enlightening. And a tomato.
Okay. How about then let's just roulette this. Pick one. I want to see you eat it.
All right. Strawberry flavored.
And thoughts?
You mean I was supposed to have more thoughts besides strawberry flavored?
Oh my god. Okay. And then I'm just gonna grab one. I'm gonna eat one, and then perfect. Caramel or caramel, depends on how people say it. It's delicious. Do you want to try a piece?
Sure. Did you know that there's a planet that has trees that are made of caramel?
How are you doing, Riley?
Doing great.
Are you
Right.
You
Great.
went kind of,
What?
rogue.
Rogue? No, I saved Raylin from dying. It's nothing that any of you wouldn't do for me.
Ray, or if it is Ray, or who's Ray, or you know,
Where's Ray?
yeah.
You've probably asked yourself that a lot, haven't you? I know you two were close in college.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I'm sorry. I wish I knew what to say, but I know what it's like to care a lot for someone that cares an awful little about you. And I'm sorry that they didn't tell you or didn't say where they were going or what they were doing and made you feel that way. But I want you to know that I will never do that to you.
Ari is gonna look at him and then look away and just says, I want to believe you. And it's just gonna take some time. I don't think that it's not genuine. It's taken me a really long time to trust anybody. And then the first person that I really trusted, it kind of just went to shit. So.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, if a bullet can't stop me, then, I'm pretty much immortal.
A bullet did stop you. It's just we happen to have stumbled upon a lot of good shit.
I don't know.
Really lucky.
I feel like doctors say once you get an illness, you get stronger from it. I think that works with bullets too. So I think I'm going to be
bullet disease. This is okay.
I mean, there were crystals in it, I think.
Well, I'm glad that you're still here, and I look forward to our next suit up.
I'm glad you're here. I know that you always say that you don't have a skill, or you're not like us sometimes, but I think you bring something no one else can bring to this group, and it wouldn't be complete without it. And you may think you're good at finding things, but I like to think we're good at keeping things, which is keeping you around. And that's not just because of Jasper's puzzles.
I think then, hearing that, Ari does not want anybody else to see her choked up or cry, so she's gonna get up and go, but before she leaves, she's gonna look back at Riley and say, when you're feeling up to it, I'm ready to kick your ass at whatever that game is you play, Call of what?
Call of Duty.
Yeah, whatever, we'll play it, I'll see you.
Alright.
Who's next? All right, Jasper.
It's me. Speaking of Call of Duty, Riley to the helm. Riley to the helm.
Knock, knock.
And the doors open, and you see like a screen set up, like kind of like our usual gaming setup. And he's going to point at the controller, and you're going to see like the Call of Duty on it, and he's gonna point at it.
We're doing this.
We're doing this.
I am going to take that controller reverently. Am I top screen or bottom screen?
You have your own screen. I don't do things half-assed.
Okay. Well, let me show you how the master can play Call of Duty. I didn't spend 4 years playing the same map to get beaten today.
Jasper would totally cheat, but we're not going to talk about that. And so
Is Jasper cheating this time, or is he letting Riley win?
I think that he would play it honestly and just like be very focused on the game, and but like a little bit of a while into the game, he's not looking at Riley or anything. He's focused on the screen, but he's gonna say, thank you.
For what? For beating you at Call of Duty? For
Even while drugged up out of your mind, your optimistic self managed to pull me out of the funk. You helped us get out of there.
No. You did that all yourself. All I did was believe in you.
And Jasper's gonna look out of the corner of his eye. Are you looking at him or are you looking at the screen?
I'm looking at you.
Oh, he's fully just gonna headshot you.
No fair, do over.
He's like, sorry, I thought you weren't gonna lose today.
Oh, it's on. It is on. You know, I was gonna say, I'm glad that we saved you and they didn't get your personality. Now, second thoughts.
And I think
be ready.
I think it's just gonna be like a very competitive match from then on.
It's just trash talking.
Y'all, we have a bromance. Like, for sure. It doesn't have to go anywhere else. It's just a bromance.
The bromance has landed.
Yes. Okay, who's next?
I think that's me. Is Ray on the ship?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Ray.
I would say that Ray spent a little time that first day in Nadira's quarters that used to be Ray's. And
They were never raised.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Good point. So she found her own space on the ship. And at this point, now everybody knows that this is Ray's place. And you can find her there. There's nothing decorating it because she doesn't have anything. And she's spending a lot of her time in there. She's not looking so good.
Were you ever gonna come back?
I wrote you assholes. And I didn't hear anything. Well, one, maybe twice. And that's it. Why would I come back?
So a note. That's all I get. Just a note.
What do you mean a note?
I don't even know who you are. What is the purpose of all this? What is going on?
Look, I signed for a fellowship. It's going to fast forward my career. It was important to me personally. I went to do it, and all of you ditched me. And then it got creepy. Somebody was monitoring me. Somebody was following me around, looking at my communications. I don't know what it was. And I found a way to do it without being under somebody's thumb. So I did it. But it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant because you all ditched me. And now I know you ditched me for a copy of me. Did you know that that wasn't me? Or did you not care?
I cared. You don't understand. You think that you're messed up? I am messed up. This is my friend who just decided to leave me a note. It's like I can't even trust myself anymore.
I didn't leave you a note. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know about. And now Arya's like, am I going crazy? When is the last time I saw you?
Graduation. I took the fellowship. You were all going to go on some adventure together, but I had things I needed to do. I had a career I needed to build. And wasn't going to be going anywhere with Oren and watching what that cult was going to do to him.
This actually now is really fucking Arya up. And I think now she doesn't even know she's gonna leave.
I did all of it to try to save people like him.
Stop. Like who?
Oren.
Nah, this is too much. Arya leaves.
She closes the door softly.
No, she fucking slams it. No, I'm kidding.
Who's next?
That's me. So Nadira finds Jasper. And Jasper just watches as like the little white dot comes closer and closer and closer. Dun, 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 dun. No, and Nadira kind of like knocks to announce her presence and is like, you probably already know I'm here though.
The doors are just going to open.
Steps through. Okay. First things first. Do you want to yell at me? Do you want to berate me? Do you want to 20 questions me? I want you to get it out of your system. Everybody needs a pound of flesh, so your turn.
Jasper turns in his chair to look right at you. How? You've had enough of that from Oren. And he's going to gesture, and Ari, he's going to gesture at a chair. He's like, sit.
She goes and sits.
This is a lot for you.
don't even know. Still so much that you guys don't even know. Which is kind of why I came here to talk to you in the hopes that you won't be so angry at me as to maybe not be helping me.
I've had some time to think about this. In your way, you've helped us all a lot. And you are our friend. You have gone and done these adventures with us since graduation. All of that, whatever the motive, is still real. You risked your life for us. And that makes you one of us. I will do whatever you need me to do.
A tear. One of the first big emotions in the past however long just trails down her face. And she sniffs and goes, yeah, yep, okay, that's far more kindness than I expected. I wasn't ready for that. Sorry. Your tracker is going to be a problem for me because I already had a tracker, and when you put in your tracker, they didn't get along, and I had to have a quick emergency reassessment, and so they piggybacked your tracker signal with my other tracker signal, and I'm not even entirely sure what they did. It was a bunch of techno mumbo jumbo jargon, but I have a tracker in me that you can track, but also it sends a separate signal that they can track because I couldn't have two, I guess. And I don't know what I want, but I think maybe I might like the choice to decide that at some point, which means that I need the signal to stop. Because otherwise my mom can come and get me.
I could send incorrect signals. Your mother would probably find any dispersion of signal to be strange. And that would alert her to more faster. But I can send...
There's occasion when the signal gets terminated because of a severe, terrible death.
So you want to fake your death?
I don't know. I don't know. I just know that that's when the signal stops. Is that's a thing, or if it is successfully removed, I suppose. So like those are the only two times that I know of that the signal from their military encryption situation, whatever is ever terminated, is terrible, horrible, obliterating death, or somebody had it taken out and destroyed it, which is apparently really, 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 really bad. But possible.
The death from extracting a tracker incorrectly is awful. And so we'd have to be very careful in doing that. I do think I could hack into the tracker situation and get them thinking that you're somewhere else, because you said you wanted a choice, and if we fake your death, we're taking that choice away from you. At least one of your choices away from you. If I give them false information, that at least gives you time to decide. Though if you want to fake your death, I'm sure Riley would love that.
Nadira hugs you. You're so good at this.
Thanks.
And then lets you go. Okay. Yes. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do the faults thing.
Okay.
That way I've got choices.
And Jasper would probably work very carefully because it's a
Because it's an active signal.
it's an active signal. They've tacked on like that sort of thing. And so it would be like one of those things where it's like connecting your signal to some sort of like droid or something like that, some sort of signal that he's able to hack into to just deviate your path. So you're not going to disappear. You're not going to suddenly appear somewhere else. It's a detraction from our path.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll for it. The last communication, Nadira, that you get, the only one, you blip back into contactability and then go your own course.
Yeah, I think that in the process of being able to like hack into it, I have to like log into my secure credentials. And so like there's a moment where I'm there.
And all you get is, she didn't know. And I will stop us there.
Is that from my mom's handle or somebody else's handle?
From your mom's.
Okay.
The last thing I will describe is all of you standing at the helm, because a new sight has come to you from out of space. It looks like a nautilus, if a nautilus was the size of a skyscraper. Tentacles coming out, gently moving. Every once in a while, two tentacles in the back, almost like oars, pushing itself on teeny tiny particles in space. And you all get a sense of not fear, but well-being. The knowledge that this is a creature of healing who has sensed your pain. And it reaches out a tentacle and it just delicately holds your ship. And at the same time, somewhere you can't see, but somewhere on your tail, that same ship again with a screen flashing your pictures and your ID. And it says, somebody, some voice, still on them. And somewhere far, far away, standing on the top of a mountain, holding a communication device up like a cell phone trying to get service, a woman who smells like pesticide and is out for revenge. And that's where we'll end. What a wonderful, wonderful time this has been with all of you. And we will be back in a couple of weeks, everybody. We will be back for a Halloween special on, what was it, the 17th? 17th, right? The 17th? Mm-hmm. And I get to say, we're actually going to be back after that because we are going to be doing a podcast. Yay! Okay, so like keep paying attention to Nerdsmith Twitter, or if you're on Discord, I'm sure they're going to announce, we're going to have lots of information about when we're coming and where we're coming, but this crew and this story is not over yet. Right. I'm Jen. I am not on social media because social media sucks. I do have a GoFundMe that I'm continuing to do for my program called Evolutions, LGBTQ Evolutions. We just got our federal nonprofit status thanks to the donations that we got through this GoFundMe. We are doing our California application now. And we're going to provide counseling and especially surgery letter writing as well for LGBTQ folks and especially trans folks, and training other professionals to do a better job by our community. that's my stuff, and I cannot wait to work with this group again. I feel so blessed and so lucky that I feel so blessed and so lucky that all of you said yes when I reached out. Who's next? Who's next?
Okay. I guess we're gonna do the real list this time, so it's me. Hello, I am Evie Story She They. I have played Raylan, who's actually Nadira, she her. And this has been an absolutely wonderful time. I am so glad to have gotten to be partnered up with this crew. I've played under Jen before. She's an absolutely amazing GM. And like, I'm just super excited to be playing with this crew. Y'all are so fantastic. You can find me on most social medias at Evie Story. And actually, so I don't do a good job posting because social media is kind of a dumpster fire, but I am in another stream over on, where was it again? The Misadventures League. And so we play Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm playing a very different character over there. We're playing a story called Fae Inc., where it's the Fae, but corporations. And I'm playing a furbolg that has a mischievous streak and is working for the Coyote Crow, or for the Coyote Communications marketing campaigns. And so I get to be all sorts of mischievous and put fun twists on things and steal cop cars that accidentally get us all in trouble. You have to go there to watch that and find out what all that means. So I hope to see people. And if you are on social media, the Instagram is for my kitties. So it is at Evie Story Kitties. Enjoy.
Okay, I guess that is me. I'm Ashley. I have had the pleasure of playing Ariana, Ari Pixel. You can only find me here because that is enough of me. But I've had such an amazing time playing with this wonderful group of people, and I'm very happy that they are willing to allow me to continue with them. So I look forward to seeing how the story progresses, and see you in the next one.
Hello, I am Griffin, playing your adorable and awkward Jasper Flynn, also known as Mika Angelo, who almost got Ursula'd. That was fun. That was scary for a second. I was like, oh no, am I gonna have to sing on stream? You can find me anywhere at Brithen Oakleaf. If you like K-pop, my Twitter and my TikTok are me doing K-pop dances. If you like amateur dice making, you can find me on Instagram. Yeah, it's me.
Hello, everybody. My name is Graham, or Graham Crackers. You can find me at Twitter at Graham Crackers with a 1 at the end and a Z. But outside of that, I had the wonderful delight of playing your lovable optimist capitalist, Riley Copperbutton. You love him, you know him, you tolerate him. But more importantly, you can find me here soon in our horror one-shot, Getting Scared, something that I do frequently. Because real life is scary. But outside of that, you can find me as one of the moderators on one of the top V Rising roleplay servers. So if you're interested in a top-down video game that is vampires with base building, make your own castle, have gardens, fight other people, maybe it's a place for you. Maybe find romance. I don't know. But outside of that, you can't find me anywhere because I am bad at socializing.
That's me then. Hi, Ty. Online, you can find me anywhere, DM Emporium. There's a link tree in the comments. And don't forget to check the comments for all of the wonderful things that everybody's mentioning, because they're really awesome. As part of DM Emporium, we got a little, I guess, shout out to Hyperliminal Teas. They are helping out the channel and everything like that. So check out their Etsy shop. Use code DME for 5% off. I am super happy that I got to become part of this. I was back and forth on whether I wanted to jump back into playing on streams and stuff, but Jen's like, just do it. And I'm super glad that I did. And it was really fun playing the dichotomy that was Orin. And it's kind of nice to be able to say, see you next time, Space Cowboy, to Orin.
All right, everybody. As you were speaking, I realized how many enemies this group has made over the course of the last 4 episodes. There
We're good at that.
is so much to be done, I say with a wicked laugh. But we're done for now. We'll be back in a few weeks. Thank you so much, everyone who tuned in. Thank you so much, this amazing group. Thank you, Nerdsmith. Thank you, Nerdsmith sponsors, Hero Forge, Die Hard Dice, World Anvil. Look, I remember them, everybody. And we'll see you, or you will hear us soon. Yay!